you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Olympia D here, and I'm coming back to you with another episode on my series of strange occurrences. So tonight's case is coming out of Fort Worth, Texas. I'm going to read the article, and I'm going to give my opinion on the facts. Jessica Contreras is still trying to wrap her head around the murder of her 22-year-old daughter, Abigail. She had a lot of love, said Contreras. She was just a great person. She was a hard worker, very courageous. Her life was cut short. On Tuesday, Fort Worth police responded to a call about a major accident and found Abigail Saldana shot to death in her vehicle along Highway 183. Police detectives said Saldana was being stalked and harassed by the suspect, 54-year-old Stanley Zaliga. Zaliga was booked into jail on a murder charge for Saldana's death. He took her away from me, and I'm going to make sure every time he has a court date, he will see my face there, said Contreras. He's gonna see that Abby was never alone. Contreras told WFAA that 2 weeks before Saldana was murdered, the 22-year-old found a tracking device hanging from the bottom of her car. Contreras said Saldana reported the device to authorities. Police said the suspect followed Saldana in the moments leading up to the shooting, but they haven't confirmed it or how the two know each other. Abby's mother, who lives in Wichita Falls, told WFAA that Saldana moved to Dallas just a few years ago with her 5-year-old son. She believes Saldana knew the suspect from her workplace. I believe that he was a customer at a bar. That's all I know, said Contreras. On October 27, a Fort Worth SWAT team went to serve a search warrant at Zaliga's apartment on Irving and had to force their way inside after the suspect refused to come out. Police said he was found on a balcony with several self-inflicted cut wounds throughout his body, according to police. Zaliga was transported to jail in Fort Worth on a $250,000 bond. Contreras said every day without her daughter has been a living nightmare. Her not being here, her son without a mother, that's the hardest part every day, said Contreras. Fort Worth police said the investigation is ongoing, and that's the end of the article. So this is very crazy. This guy was a stalker, which is quite common in today's society, even though people don't talk about it. It happens more often than is actually reported. And from what I see, the reason people don't report it is because the police don't do anything about it. You can call them and tell them somebody's stalking you. It's very difficult to trace it to the person because somebody that's stalking you, they know exactly what they're doing. They know how to hide it. They know how to make it look like they're not stalking you, like it's just a coincidence that you keep bumping into them or something to this effect. So what happened is that there was a tracking device under her car. So this is very, very creepy for somebody to do that, to put a tracking device in your car. That's like going to a whole nother level of stalking. That's like somebody basically waiting at your door. So what happened is that she got shot and then crashed and died because this guy was stalking her and was tracking her every move, and I guess was following her car and basically manipulated the situation so that she ended up crashing. And that's, I think, how she died. So, I mean, it's very scary. Stalking takes place in so many different ways. Again, it happens so often that it's so underreported in this world. Stalking can escalate into this, as we see right here with this young lady. There's so many different escalations of it. So it starts out with you probably rejecting the person or even talking to them, but they know that you don't really want them. Then it leads to them, after you block their number or something like that, trying to follow you around and making it look like it's a coincidence. Then it leads to them showing up at random places again, like it's a coincidence, different variations of that. And they even have people, some of these guys can even work together. They can have their friends do it to you to make it appear like they're not the one doing it to you. Can you believe it? It definitely happens. So yeah, very sad what happened to this beautiful young mom, and may she rest in peace. My condolences to her family, but it's very scary. You got to be very careful out here because she didn't have nothing going on with this guy, I don't think. I don't know for sure, but even if she did, obviously she didn't want nothing to do with him. So this is what happened. He couldn't take rejection for what it was, and now we have a crazy guy stalking a young beautiful girl that doesn't want him, and boom, the perfect storm. So yeah, leave it in the comment section if you ever heard of this case, what you think about it, and like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one. Stay safe, everybody.